Hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Sansan, and I am from Johor Bahru. And today, I'd like to share my experience and story. So, me and Simon, we got married really late. So, that is why when we got married. And because we also really like kids, so that is why we want our very own kids. So we got married 2 years. So we tried to get married, tried to get pregnant. And so I was really lucky because I also ate products. So when I was pregnant, so I was able to get pregnant and I was really happy. It was during 2002. It is because we felt that because even though we got married really late and we're able to get a baby, and we're so really happy. So like everyone else, I went to the normal checkups, and but then after I got pregnant for 3 months, the doctor suddenly informed me that I have to immediately go to the hospital and really seriously told me you have you are a thalassemia carrier, and that is why I have to undergo a checkup from your husband, because at that time we didn't know what was thalassemia. So that is why we didn't really went to look for this information, because I thought that maybe my husband is not that lucky. He probably isn't the thalassemia carrier. So the doctor told us to come back the next day and say that your husband is also a thalassemia carrier. So because when we are married, um we probably won't, there's no way that we have to go check up and say that, oh, we have any problems. So the doctors immediately asked us to go to the Singapore General Hospital to do a detailed checkup. So when I went to the hospital, I was actually really scared and nervous. It's because the doctors told us that you have to sign a consent. So if your baby has uh has any problems, then we have to let it on. So or your baby is a miscarriage, then it's really hard that for it to be alive. So that is why I was really scared and really couldn't believe that even though we can have a baby, but that baby has really high risks that it might not live on. So that is why you have to sign this consent letter before I can do the checkup. And so when the report came back, it was only 1 month later. So actually, in that one tiny slot of 1 month, it was really hard for me, because I was praying so hard, hoping that my baby can be safe. And so 1 month later, when the baby um came came back, and the doctor said there's no problem, your baby is actually safe. So at that time, at that was the 4th month of me being pregnant. So every month I would go to Singapore's General Hospital. At that time, it was everything was okay. So you can see the screen, the doctors and the nurses told me that your baby is really healthy. You just need to keep taking care of yourself and your baby. So I was really happy and I was okay. But then during the 7th month, suddenly my water broke. So in under emergency conditions, the doctors told me to go to the hospital, sent me to the hospital. And the doctors told me that I have to undergo a surgery that is 3 hours. That's because I am a thalassemia carrier. That is why the doctor didn't give me any thalassemia. So the doctors didn't only have to save my baby from my womb, they also have to cut away about 10 to 11 centimeters of tumor that is in both of my ovaries. So no one knew that there was any tumor in my ovary because in the Singapore General Hospital, the report shows that it was all okay. And then so suddenly the and my ovary like had a lot of tumor and it was as big as it was 11 centimeters. So my husband and also my daughter-in-law could see that I was really pale and really weak. And when I woke up, the moment that I woke up, I realized that my baby was already gone. So in the hospital, it was really, really hard time for me because I couldn't do any normal recovery after pregnancy. It was because after they took out the tumor from my ovary, my stomach became so big that it was bigger than when I was pregnant. And when they did another checkup, they found out that I had another genetic disorder, which was called PCOS. And so they say that if I get pregnant again, this problem will happen again. So because they cut off entirely one of my ovary, like because it was too damaged, and the other ovary they had to undergo surgery because there was a 10 cm tumor. And I couldn't believe that after I gave birth, I have to keep on vomiting and vomiting. I have no energy at all to lift up my head. And the vomit, I have to keep on vomiting until my whole chest area was covered in vomit. So my husband and my daughter-in-law had to take turns to take care of me. So they have to put a towel around my chest area and keep on exchanging it from to vomit out all of the stuff. So even if I inject something, it couldn't cure my vomit. So there was only this one option where they have to insert a tube from my nose into my stomach and eject and take out all of the secretions in my stomach. So I couldn't eat. So I have to stay there 24/7. And so I have to keep on staying there still with a tube within my nose. I have to keep letting out all of my the secretions. They say that this fluid is actually secretions that's left over from the surgery. And that is why during the whole time in the hospital, I told the doctor, I really want to go home. I really want to go home because I couldn't bear me without having a baby. But I was really scared for going back home as well because I was scared for my own health. I couldn't stand, I couldn't even lift my head. And I was so lucky that my husband was next to me and holding me and urging me to move on. And that is why I kept on asking myself, why didn't I understand and immerse myself in Elkin's MRT's products? And that is why after I was able to recover, I look after I kept on understand the information about MRT products and why it works the way it works. And that is why I started to consume Elkin's MRT's products like LD Venus and all of the Elkin MRT's products and um, give myself a chance to reset my body to a healthier state. So starting in 2004, because even though I only have one surgery left, I started to consume 100 tablets of spirulina because I wanted to try to get pregnant again. So I couldn't believe that when I went to the doctors to check 1 month later, The doctors told me that I am pregnant. But the doctor told me, even though you're lucky, you still need to go through all of the challenges that you went before. Like you have to get that, you have to sign that letter, and you have to go back to Singapore's general hospital and go back to the same doctor. So even though I was pregnant, I was really tense and I was really stressed because I didn't know if my baby could live. And so 4 months later, the doctors told me that congratulations to you because your baby is healthy. You can keep it. So the doctor told me and informed me that I have to still be, I have to protect my baby, and I also have to take care of myself and come back 1 month later. So at that time, I was really, really careful, and I still ate Elken's spirulina, Elken's products. I still eat 100 tablets of spirulina. And so within 38 weeks, they say that my baby is already really mature. I would want to tell everyone because of my pressure, even though my baby was able to be safe, but your baby is underweight. There is not enough weight. So at that time, the company Elkin didn't launch Genergy. So when I was halfway into my pregnancy, Dr. Genergy have Dr. launched Dr. Genergy. So Elkin launched Dr. Genergy. So when the stock first came out, I immediately waited for it, and then I started to eat 2 packets of Dr. Genergy. So it is every day I would eat 6 packets of Dr. Jeneju, which is the same as 3 big tablespoons of Dr. Jeneju. So I couldn't believe that after I ate it for 3 months, my baby was able to increase 700 grams. And so the doctors checked again and said that my baby was healthy, and also I was able to really healthily give birth to a really healthy girl daughter baby. And so she was able, even though she's a premature baby, she was able to reach the weight of 2.95 kg. And so because I know that my wound, because I already have a lot of wound from my previous miscarriage, and that is why I would remember really seriously that I have to take supplements. And so my midwife told me that, wow, I have never seen a mother after giving birth eat so much supplements after giving a baby. So I never knew that a mother would spend so much care to take care of their own health. And so I couldn't believe that after 10 months, I was able to get pregnant with another baby. So just 10 months later, the doctors was also really worried that because this is my second child, as the time span is really small, that is why he's really scared that the wound might be really hard to give birth to a healthy second child. But the doctor said that the wound was actually okay. And so I actually have to go through the same process again because I am still a thalassemia carrier. However, the doctor told me after a month that this baby is also really healthy. However, this is a boy baby. So the doctor was really happy, and I was also very elated because the God really, really blessed me with 2 perfect kids. And that's why I still ate large amounts of Dr. Genegy. And at this time, there's Kington now. So now I already know that Kington is really good for my baby. And that is why I ate large amounts of Kington as well. And so now after the 37th week, they were able to successfully cut to bring out the boy baby out of my womb. And so everyone was scared that because it's a premature baby, and that is why it's a premature baby, but so everyone's worried if it's underweight or it doesn't have enough nutrients. But my son, his weight is exactly 3.05 kg. And so now I actually um asked the nurse to help me take a picture of my baby so I know how my baby came out of my body. So actually, the doctors told me that the older you are, the harder it is for you to get a baby. So it's harder for you to get a baby. And so I know that I'm not gonna get married. I'm not gonna get pregnant anymore. So I wanted to record this experience, record this last moment, and that is why whenever they are a baby, I would crunch up the spirulina tablets into powder and then also put it within their milk. So both of my kids are really, really, really healthy. And this year, my daughter is already 17 years old now. And so now and my son is 15 years old now. So now I would like to show everyone, my daughter will give her sharing later on. And now they're really, really happy, and they're really, really good at smiling, and they're really, really healthy. And that is why I really want to thank Elkin's MRT products for for giving me such a wholesome and blessed family. I'm really thankful. And now my daughter Jesslyn will share her journey with Elkin's MRT products.